If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Calculations are correct. When this baby hits
level 16,
you're gonna see some serious shit.
Your rapper, he's whack dude. Does he even try? Can he do what mine do? The years should say goodbye. Hit up on the mic like a 5 on a 50. Quickly avoid the hickeys and the buck tooth fitties. Fake Timberlake just to be vibrant for that pipe. We're witness, shoot that blow it. Iggy, L.I.B. NYC, and all places in between. You can call me a man, cause I make the green, I make the scene, I make believe that you all was taken, so I wouldn't have to fake it. Just copy and paste it like Adobe Photoshop. Your phone and Robocop. I get up on the mic and you know I won't fucking stop. It's like the bouncer cannon top. Oh yeah, the skins in my socks. You acting like you hip. You all heads up on hop and yo, let's do the body rock. Gonna beat this beat so bumpin'. Let's get a groove on for our carriages and funky. Before they yell, fuck it. Not bad for drunken musket. My name is Chris the Walker.
Hello everyone, welcome to some more Hero League. Thankfully I am the first pick today, which means I will get to go over the hero that I've wanted to make another video on for a little bit of time now, and that is Mr. Kael'Thas. Now we are on the Cursed Hollow, and to be honest, there probably is better first picks out there. For myself personally, I'd really like to use Sylvanas, Nazeebo, or probably even Zeratul. But I do see that we do have a Nazeebo pick already slated, so as long as the enemy team doesn't pick that up, we'll be getting that hero anyways. Not to say that Kael'Thas is a bad first pick, however, he's generally always a pretty good first pick. But yeah, like I said, Sylvanas, I think on the Cursed Hollow, I would maybe prefer to go with that. So we are going to lock in with Kael'Thas, and now the rest of the friendly and enemy team will make their picks. It looks like Spark Dog is planning on picking up Jaina right now. We'll just looks like, actually no, he'll be going with Muradin, so looking to secure that early game tank, which honestly probably wasn't really necessary since the enemy team has already picked up ETC. We could have picked up our tank at any point in the draft rotation, but as long as Spark Dog is comfortable and he wants to play Muradin, then that's probably what works best. Because in Hero League, you really just want to try to play heroes that you really excel at. Not ones that you're just learning or ones that you're okay with. You know, sometimes the friendly team will ask you to play something, but if you're not very good with that hero, it's best just to play something else. As if, you know, you need to be playing heroes that you're comfortable with. So the enemy team is going to pick up Lily and the Butcher here for their second round. And we are going to get that Nazeebo pick, so that's always good. Nazeebo's very strong right now. Depends on the Nazeebo player, of course. There are still a lot of Nazeebos out there that really don't pull much weight in the matches. But he should be able to, you know, give us a pretty good amount of specialist as well as hero damage. And now just kind of wait and see. It looks like we're going to be getting Illidan. Yes. Okay. So Calamity is going to be picking up Illidan. I mean, he's not particularly anything that I would get real excited about. The enemy team is grabbing Vala, so at least the enemy team will have a nice target for our Illidan to jump all over. But yeah, other than that, I mean, we don't really have anything quite yet to make our Illidan any stronger than he is just by himself. Unless maybe, you know, Leon Grand, if he picks up Uther or Rhaegar, that would complement Illidan's pick, but we'll see what he grabs here. Hopefully a healer. And it is going to be Brightwing. The enemy team picking up Jaina for their last pick, so both teams really fairly balanced. Alright, and here we are today. We have already looked at the team, so we can jump right into the match here. So for Kael'Thas, I am going to be picking up Mana Addict for my level 1 talent. You still really need something for Kael'Thas to be able to you know, something to deal with his mana issues, because he has, you know, his mana pool isn't anything too special, and his abilities can drain it really fast. So if you don't pick up a talent that is going to either increase his overall mana or his mana regen, you're going to have a lot of troubles. You're going to be able to basically jump into a match, throw out some spells, and then have to recall to regain all of your mana. And I found that Mana Addict, as long as you can grab those regen globes, is really your best route. So I think it looks like we're going to be here in the middle lane. I'm not sure if Brightwing or Muradin are going to hang around with me. It looks like Muradin is going to swing back around and perhaps wait for a gank here. So basically, you know, the reason I wanted to go over Kael'Thas again is because when I first made his video, it was a very, let's see, we are going to engage on the enemy Jaina here. Let's throw up her Gravity Lapse and land the Flame Strike, but we are just going to have to push her back. But yeah, basically when I made my last Kael'Thas video, I was still pretty new to him. He was new to the game in general, and there was a very, very important talent at level 16 that you pretty much have to pick up as Kael'Thas, as it is completely game-changing. Early game Kael'Thas, he's not too bad. You know, he's okay at clearing waves. He can get out a small potential burst damage. Looks like the enemy Jaina is going to land that Blizzard on top of me, and that's going to hurt bad enough for me to have to step back here and take a drink from the well. So at this point, both Jaina and I have already tapped our wells. Not really a fantastic position, but we are going to blow our Gravity Lapse, walk through another Blizzard, and then just kind of get out of here. Jaina also very low on health, so we can try to be a little aggressive. But I don't really want to put myself in a spot that I could die, even if it's to go after a kill. It's better just to stay alive than try to make a kill that I don't think I can get for sure. But basically, back to the level 16 talent that I was talking about. I don't believe I picked it up in my last video, and it makes a huge difference. I mean, before level 16, Kael'Thas will have mediocre to decent hero damage. After level 16, it just blows up. I mean, literally, you will double your damage from 16 to 20. Which is really says something, considering that means you are able to do more hero damage in 4 levels than you could in 16. Now, it does depend on how well you can land your flame strikes. That's a pretty important thing. We are level 4 now, so I'm going to be picking up the Netherwind. The reason I like this talent is it just increases the range and speed of your Gravity Lapse, so you're able to capture those targets a little bit easier. Let's go ahead and drop down the Flame Strike. Lily's going to walk right into it because she's so kind. And then just try to grab out the Living Bomb. Looks like Illidan and Muradin are pursuing. I'm going to try to pick up this tribute, but I am going to get denied by Jaina, and here comes ETC. We are going to need to back off right now. The friendly team is pursuing pretty hard against that enemy ETC. I think maybe we should redirect our focus to this Vala. Let's see if we can get a nice Flame Strike on her. And basically what we're trying to do right now is just stand in the back, poke. We're going to take a drink from our well and then re-engage in the fight here. Start working on this enemy ETC, I guess, since he's low on health. But yeah, we really should be focusing on Jaina, Vala, even the Butcher. And I'm going to have to fall back as I just don't have the mana yet to engage, and we've already lost the tribute, so there's really no reason to pursue this any further. It looks like part of the friendly team wants to stay and fight. I'm going to recall, get some mana back, and then go back into the middle lane and just try to gather some XP. Now we can see down in the bottom lane, Illidan, he's been just pushing down there. I don't think he really decided to work too hard on the tribute. And then the rest of our team is up top, and I can just come here and start soaking this XP, hopefully get us caught back up here. And make sure and grab those regen orbs, as we do need those. We do need those tasty, tasty regen orbs. Make sure, it looks like we got 5 stacks of the mana addict right now. Nothing too spectacular. Hopefully we can increase that. Enemy Vala is going to come in, and we are going to miss our Gravity Lapse. But that's okay. It's not a big deal. The next tribute is spawning. Hopefully we can get some friends there. Maybe some friends there. Alright, let's see what we can do. Okay. I was hoping Vala was going to end up engaging towards the tribute, so we did kind of blow the Flame Strike, but it is back up. And basically, we are just, all we do for the most part is throw out DQ. It's just, you know, think Dairy Queen. The enemy team is now engaging. We are going to trap the enemy Vala, that she has no escape, and now Lily, also being body blocked by the friendly Brightwing, is going to fall. A very nice cleanup job by the friendly team, and now Jaina and ETC both being targeted. We are going to secure the kill on ETC and Jaina. So we did lose the tribute, but we did quite the job on clearing up the enemy team. Now, for my level 7 talent, I went with the Fission Bomb. In the past, I liked Sunfire Enchantment a little bit more. But because my level 16 talent directly impacts the Living Bomb ability, it just makes sense to increase that damage by as much as possible. So we're not going to be getting, you know, as much auto attack damage out of the deal, but it'll make a pretty substantial difference. So Fission Bomb, in this particular build that we're going to be going with, is definitely the way to go. We're just gonna help Illidan here clean up this camp and then recall back to get some mana. Let's see here. Should just have Illidan do camps alone. It doesn't really make sense to have us all split up early game to start grabbing camps when we have an Illidan on our team. Illidan can effectively solo Bruisers and the Siege Giants all by himself at level 4, and he can do it pretty effectively without losing any health. So to draw us away from our lanes could potentially put us at an XP disadvantage. Looks like the enemy Lily, ETC, and the Butcher all coming in here. We'll throw out the Gravity Lapse and just head back. We need to reposition so that we're not way out of position, and then just drop these Flame Strikes from the background. Try not to get too close to the combat because things like this can happen. We totally got annihilated by the enemy ETC, body blocking us in. Way too much focusing on ETC. So yeah, I mean, I feel like we're really kind of... I feel like we're really focusing more on that ETC than we should be. Brightwing says that it's just bad positioning. That's, you know, that's certainly in part. We certainly weren't in the greatest of positions there. You don't ever really want to be in a spot where the enemy team can close in on you, but a lot of that just has to do with that ETC position. He's getting a little close to the base here, so we can try to punish him. ETC is going to use the Mosh Pit ultimate. We're just going to hang out in the background there and just deal damage to him. You can be quite a threat to ETC when he's using his Mosh Pit because your range extends. We do catch Vala in the Gravity Lapse, but she is going to vault away, and now we need to try to help Nazeebo escape. Brightwing coming in, getting out some great heals. Nazeebo is falling back, and that ETC certainly is tempting, but not worth the risk of chasing the enemy team into their base. It looks like Jaina up at the top. Maybe we can get a gank on her. Now that we've been knocked off our mount by that incredible range from the minion, I don't think we're going to make it there in time. Granted, I don't think we would have made it there in time anyways, but we are level 10. I am going to be going with Phoenix. I just think it's all around the better heroic for Kael'Thas. I've seen some cool uses for Pyroblast, but hello, Vala. Hello. Vala is going to engage on her buddy Merge, and I'm just going to throw a Flame Strike in here. Doesn't look like anybody is grabbing the boss, so we don't have to worry about that. And then we can just come around here and try to get a gank on Vala. It's going to be difficult since she can just vault away. Perhaps Birding can land a stun. Looks like he is, and I do miss the Gravity Lapse. We are going to throw out the Phoenix to deal a little bit of extra damage. I like throwing out the Phoenix right there on top of their towers, because at least it's going to continue to do damage even if the enemy hero runs away. And the thing about Phoenix is its cooldown is so low that there's no reason not to use it if you have an opportunity. The enemy ETC in a ton of trouble. We are going to secure that kill with a nice hunt by Illidan, making sure that the Living Bomb was going to be enough to secure that kill. Back up in the top lane, we do have Vala. We see Lily making her way back down. I'm not too concerned about her, though. We just want to make sure that these lanes get pushed back here a little bit. We are past level 10, so we should be engaging in the team fights. But it doesn't hurt if you're in the area to just push a lane forward real quick, especially as Kael'Thas. As you can see, it only takes a moment to get that pushed up. I can throw out the Phoenix, start dealing some damage to that top fort, and then head back down to the middle lane to engage in our team fight once we soak up a little bit of mana. It looks like the friendly team has done a pretty sufficient job as far as fighting back the enemy team. And down in the bottom lane, we have Illidan just pushing all by himself. So hopefully he's getting work done. Throw out the Flame Strike. Get those DQ Blizzards all over the place. I actually kind of wish Jaina had an activated ability like this. The Flame Strike is going to go out on ETC, and it looks like he's actually going to get away, but we're going to continue to pursue, get a Living Bomb out there, try to get another Flame Strike, and yeah, we do nick the enemy Butcher, and here comes the Phoenix, already off cooldown again, and we are going to pressure that enemy team all the way back into their hole. Fantastic. So Brightwing is heading back to grab some mana. The Tribute has spawned. This could put us in quite a bit of a predicament as Illidan's all the way down there in the bottom. Even with the hunt, it is going to take him some time to get up here. Brightwing is hopefully going to come up, and we are going to grab Flamethrower for our level 13 talent. Flamethrower, I think, is better than Chain Bomb in pretty much every way. It ultimately does result in more damage. And a wild ETC has appeared in the tall grass, and we are going to have to back off. We do land in the gravity lap, so that is going to disengage him. And I feel like we should just back off. We're not going to get this tribute, I don't feel like. Let's try to use the Flame Strike on the Butcher. It's going to be a little too late. And then we're going to come in here, drop the Phoenix, and just try to deal as much damage to this enemy team. Maybe we can win a team fight here. But with Jaina's Heroic, that is going to slow me down and make it difficult for me to engage in the fight. But I'm going to try to re-engage and help some of my friendly teammates try to make an escape here. Let's throw out another Flame Strike, deal a little bit of damage to the enemy Lily and the Living Bomb on ETC, but we just got to bail. I'm sorry, Illidan, but we need to leave. Yeah. Because we always are outnumbered. That's... So basically, when I saw that fight, it was pretty much an immediate, we should just disengage, because Illidan, he was still on his way up. He seems to think that the hunt has global range, and it does not. So it's, you know, it's something that you really need to be aware of as a Brightwing or an Illidan. Anyone with a teleport is know your limitations of it and know when to use it. You don't want to jump into a fight too late. All right, let's go ahead and try to get these guys up here. Move. Don't take your time getting here. Okay, so Illidan is pretty close by, and the enemy team is going to engage. The Butcher, getting in a terrible position, is going to get hunted and trapped in a zombie wall, so we do eliminate him from the fight. Vala now should be our primary target as she's coming in strafing, and it looks like she is about to get swarmed by the friendly team here. Muradin making a fantastic jump in front of her, and she is not going anywhere. The enemy Lily is going to try to make it on the run. Illidan pursuing. I'm going to drop out that Flame Strike and then just kind of step back here. Up in the top lane, we do have the enemy boss is pushing down, but I think we're just going to continue to pressure this enemy team back as far as possible. At this point, I don't know if it's even worth going back to that enemy boss, just because Nazeebo's already up there dealing with it. By the time we get there, it's most likely going to be gone. So we'll just throw out the Phoenix, and we're going to hold off the enemy team from being able to do a split push here. Illidan, making a great hunt, is going to get a kill on the enemy Jaina. Throw out the Flame Strike, connect with Lily, another hero down, and now ETC is the target. Can we secure the kill? He does land us in a mosh pit, but it's not going to save him for long. However, the Butcher coming in to help out his friend. Not in time, boy. Not in time. Enemy Butcher is starting to fall back. He is going to get turned into a squirrel, and Illidan is going to ensure that that guy does not get away. Boss, quick. Alright, guys. I'm going to be picking up Ignite. This is where the action starts. So if you don't know what Ignite does, it basically... One second here. Get the trib. And... Okay, looks like everybody's working in there. So we just want one person to run to the tribute. The rest of us work on this boss, because the entire enemy team was just down a moment ago. They're not going to have time to get to the tribute or contest our boss. Looks like Nazeebo is going to be picking up that tribute, so I can help try to deal with this boss. However, okay, Nazeebo is not picking up the tribute. Okay, now he's picking up the tribute, so we can come back to the boss. A little bit of miscommunication, I guess, though I thought it was pretty clear what we were doing. Illidan apparently has something. Okay, he's got the boss. So we're just going to throw down our Phoenix. Not probably the greatest position, but we're just going to clear up this wave really quick. Hopefully right now, it looks like the friendly team wants to grab camps. Really, Illidan should just be grabbing those. Muradin is going to take forever getting that camp. Just let Illidan solo the camps. He is best at it. I mean, having Muradin try to solo the camp instead of helping us push with this boss right now just seems counterproductive, as he's going to be at that camp forever. Not to mention the enemy team already has a bruiser camp pushing our middle lane. We are going to need to fall back. Desperately need to fall back, as the enemy team is gathering around, and we do not have our tank or Illidan. I don't have enough to push with it. Alright. So, let's go ahead, try to come up here, clear up the bruiser camp that the enemy team has pushing up against our base. Muradin finally grabbing that camp. Like I said, takes him forever, not really worth it. But hopefully we can get up to this tribute and secure ourselves a curse. And now that we have Ignite, if you don't know, what Ignite does is my Flame Strike applies Living Bomb to any hero's hit. So if I hit 3 heroes with a Flame Strike, I do massive AoE damage on top of adding that living bomb. So let's just come in here. We're going to try to stand in the background. We're going to throw a gravity lapse on the enemy ETC. That mosh pit is not going to do any damage. And we are going to land a large flame strike on several members of the enemy team, and they are chasing me. We need to move back. Let's throw down another flame strike, make another successful land on 3 of them, a living bomb on Lily. And boy, we're in a lot of trouble right now. I'm going to throw down my Phoenix, throw out another living bomb. And we are going to make it out of there. Unbelievable. And secure the kill on the Butcher. That was some serious Kael'Thas damage right there. That is, oh my goodness, that BW save. I did not expect I was going to get out of there. Good job, Kale. Well, let's say thanks, but Brightwing helped. Yeah, I mean, I certainly would have been able to get done with that damage, but I would have fallen if not for that speed boost and small heal from Brightwing that gave me just enough time to get out of there. But right there, you can see the massive impact that Ignite has on team fights. I mean, the damage done there was insane. And this is kind of the... I think Illidan said it earlier in the match, when somebody asked why we weren't successfully grabbing tributes. His response was, we're not level 16 yet. And what he meant by that is, Kael'Thas doesn't have Ignite yet. So if you're playing Kael'Thas, grab Ignite. I highly suggest picking up the Flamethrower. ETC coming in, we're just going to zone them out with our Flame Strike here. Continue to cast out our DQs. And you know, probably fall back. Looks like Muradin wants to bait the boss. I would be totally fine with that, because if we can get the enemy team in close corridors like this where I can land a Flame Strike on multiple heroes, it puts us at a major advantage. You're talking large portions of their health pool gone, all in sync. Looks like the enemy team is all down in the bottom lane, so we can actually start collecting this boss. We do see ETC scouting things out, so let's just go ahead and throw out the Phoenix and try to zone him out a bit. I don't think the enemy team is going to have enough time to come up here to contest us from this boss, so as long as we burn it down quickly enough, we should be able to take the boss and hopefully maybe even get a nice team fight. Yes, here comes the enemy team. We do secure the boss, and Vala is a little bit out of position, so let's see if we can get something done. I'm going to pick up Bolt of the Storm here and see if I can come up, zip up, throw Vala in the air, and completely delete her from the game. Woof! Talk about quick talent selection there. I usually go with Rebirth, but Bolt of the Storm seemed like a great way to secure that kill. A nice offensive Bolt of the Storm. We're going to come around here, throw out the Flame Strike, and land it on another few heroes. Jaina's going to go down. Oh, get into the Ice Block. The Butcher is all over me. I am going to need to fall back, throw out the Flame Strike. Look at that damage, and Brightwing keeping me alive once again. ETC realizing he has gone too far, throwing him up in the Gravity Lapse with the Living Bomb, and he is going to drop with the help of Gary the Gargantuan, of course. Well, that's the second time that I've made it out of a really, really sticky situation. So props to the friendly team, especially that Brightwing. Nobody wants to help me with this. Okay, I guess we're just going to be pushing up the top lane here. I'm curious if the friendly team is looking to push to win. We do have a substantial amount of time before the enemy is up. But it looks like Brightwing's starting to fall back. Muradin's moving back around as well. So, yeah, let's just fall back. I think we could have won the game right there, in all honesty, but it doesn't hurt to play it safe at this point. We still have all 3 of our keeps up. We have access to their core. We just need to make sure and play smart and safe. But yeah, we could have definitely won that. I mean, the 3 members of the enemy team, there's no way 2 of them could have stopped 5 of them from pushing down that core. Let's just go ahead and recall and then head on over to the bottom half of the map's boss and hopefully start picking that up. We can see Illidan is grabbing the Bruiser camp. He should be able to successfully do that pretty quickly. And in situations like this where the enemy team is mostly all alive, you're still okay grabbing the boss because we can see that they're defending at their core. So when you get enough pressure on an enemy team's base, it's ultimately you know, a good time to grab camps, bosses, do things that you normally wouldn't want to do when they're all up running around, because if they have to defend, you don't have to worry about a major gank in most cases. But you know, the enemy team has been doing a great job of being in situations where we can see exactly where they are. So if you see 2 or 3 members of the enemy team on the opposite side of the map, you know that you can take that boss without a whole lot of contention. Looks like Muradin and I are going to push. I want to come up here and just throw as many of those Flame Strikes down. Look at how much health that took out. I mean, that's almost half of Lily's health. and also we're continuing to pressure that down. A poorly placed Phoenix, but not a big deal. At least we can zone them out, and I can just hang out in the background here and just throw out as many living bombs and flame strikes as possible. And that increased range really helps allow me to do it from a safe distance. Looks like we are going to miss the enemy ball there, but we are going to be able to throw nothing up in the air with the gravity lapse. And now we have our flame strike up, so let's go ahead and see if we can get a good land right there. It looks like we hit a few members of the enemy team. And Muradin is on the run, so we are just going to use our Bolt of the Storm and start backing off. Throw out a Flame Strike. Lily's going to walk into it, and holy crap, the damage done by Kael'Thas' Flame Strike is just absurd. So absurd. Looks like we should be able to grab this tribute. As you can see, the entire enemy team is backed up at their base, trying to push off the pretty much waves coming from all angles right now. And that is 2 out of 3 tributes. The next one should give us a curse. Let's take a look, man. That damage, 73,000 damage already. I can guarantee you that pre-level 16, we did not have very much at all. Let's throw out the Phoenix, try to zone out that enemy team, get another Flame Strike down. We are going to connect with several members of the enemy team again and blow up that Butcher. Bye, Butcher. Bye, Butcher. Boom. ETC does secure us in a mosh pit. We are going to bolt away, throw down the Flame Strike, and they're going to walk into it again. We could be in a bunch of trouble here, so we're just going to do whatever damage we can before falling. But wow, 86,000. We just did like, what, 16,000 damage in that short span of time that I last checked it. It is absolutely insane, the amount of damage that you can do with this guy. Seriously, Illidan hunting on Jaina in the enemy base. Is he going to be able to secure this kill? He looks very content on doing it, and he is able to take out Jaina with the help of Brightwing there. And now Vala also in a little bit of trouble here. Illidan, is he going to be able to secure the kill? No, Lily is going to pull out her 1,000 jugs, and Muradin waiting for the perfect time to slam that ETC in the face. Why Brightwing and Illidan are down there in the bottom when we have a tribute that we could grab for the curse is beyond me. It looks like they're still down there. Muradin holding down the fort, making sure that that ETC is not going to get the tribute. Brightwing and Illidan still down there, engaging in that battle. Looks like Illidan is going to fall, and now Brightwing. So, yeah, you know, maybe they should have responded to those retreat pings. Maybe that would have been a good idea. The friendly Nazebo is going to capture ETC in a zombie wall, but he is going to power slide out, and Muradin is going to pursue that ETC, and we should be able to grab this curse. It looks like, yep, enemy team is cursed. This is a fantastic time to end the game. I'm going to come in here, throw out a Flame Strike, get some damage done on that enemy Butcher, and then just try to hang out in the background. You don't want to be very close to people as Kael'Thas. Another Flame Strike is going to go out, and that Lily is just soaking up the damage for me. Let's see. I want to get in there for that final kill, but I want to make sure I'm in the correct position, so we're just going to kind of... okay, enemy team is backing off, so I'm not going to continue to pursue... even if 3 members of the enemy team are all almost dead, if I don't have vision on them, if I don't know I can land a Flame Strike, it's not worth trying to pursue, because Kael'Thas can be locked down and killed so quickly that it doesn't matter, you know, it just doesn't matter how low the enemy team is. If you don't have a for sure shot of landing your spells before they have a chance to stun you, it's just not worth the risk. It looks like the friendly team... I want to see if Illidan will help me pick up this bruiser camp right here. I'm not overly concerned with the enemy team grabbing their boss. If they do, it looks like they are. If they do, we can actually counter push against the core. Well, that boss, hopefully they even try to push with the boss. That would be the best move. Their core is at 46% right now. It looks like they are going to fall back, unfortunately. But yeah, so if the enemy team would have pushed with that boss, I really like Brightwing's idea here of picking up the boss. We get boss, we probably win. Okay, looks like they want to defend anyways. I mean, honestly, if we would have grabbed the boss right there, their enemy core is at 41%. We could have let that boss push all the way, you know, probably even past our keep and still secured that win. Let's throw out the Flame Strike, just try to push this ETC back a little bit and throw out our Phoenix. Probably need to use that a little more often here. Let's throw out another Flame Strike. It is not going to connect, unfortunately, but Illidan is going to hunt in and make sure that he cleans up the kill on ETC. And then we're just going to hang out in the background here just long enough for our friendly team to show up. And now it looks like we will be securing that boss as we had hoped for earlier. So pretty good position. However, maybe we're not going to go for the boss. We're just going to push in and try to win because ETC is down. Now, this could backfire on us pretty bad. If the 4 members of their team can somehow turn the battle around and team wipe us, it's going to put them back into the game. But let's come in here and help back up our friendly team, try to secure this win, as it looks like that's what we want to do. Here comes the Phoenix. Try to zone them out a little bit, kind of force them into my positioning. Butcher is going to get hit with the Flame Strike, and we are going to try to lock him down with the Living Bomb. Push him back, and yes, this core is going to fall, ladies and gentlemen. There is absolutely nothing that team can do. GG, everybody. Very well played by the friendly team in many situations. There are, of course, a lot of things that could have been done better. Definitely could have been done better, but you know, there were a lot of situations there that went much better than normal. So, you know, I definitely got to give props to everybody else on the team. Looks like we are going to return back to rank 9. So yeah, if anybody's wondering, I have not been really playing the game. 104,000 damage though. I mean, seriously, 104,000 damage. You can take a look at the build here. This is what we were running with. And it's a pretty standard build, it really is, but definitely at level 16, I highly recommend level 13 to pick up Flamethrower. Flamethrower and Ignite are just massive advantages to have as a Kael'Thas player. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I did finally finish The Witcher 3, so hopefully I'll get some more Heroes of the Storm games under my belt here. Until next time, guys.